It's time for your morning tea. It's time for your morning tea. Today's morning tea is do not lower your level of expectations or standards. Again, do not lower your level of expectations or standards. Expectation defined is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future, a belief that someone will or should achieve something. A standard is a level of quality or attainment, basically something that you're used to and expressed as a norm. As I was thinking about this topic, the I don't even want to mess up this word and say colloquial. Boom, I got it. Okay, so this phrase came to mind, right? And the phrase was expect the worst and hope for the best. That is such an insane quote, but I get it. You expect the worst because it is a defense mechanism. You don't want to have your hopes up too high, and if something goes wrong, it's like you're already prepared. But if you stop and you think about it, you're not. Because if you are if expect the worst, if the worst happens, you still experience a level of disappointment. So basically, you wasted some energy. Why? Because while the experience is occurring, let's say a relationship, a new friendship is developing, a new relationship like companionship is unfolding, a new job is happening, and you're getting to know people at the job. You're expecting the worst. So when something good happens, you don't allow yourself to embrace it. You do not allow yourself to experience it. You don't allow yourself to let it penetrate you. You don't make a good memory because you were so stifled and stuck into this place where you were just hoping or protecting yourself from something bad happening, but you were also defending yourself against the good. Do you know that when you expect the worst, you are attracting negative energy to yourself? Even the word of God says that when you lose something on earth, it is also loosed in heaven. So if you're losing, saying, hey, I expect myself, I don't expect this job to last long. I expect him to cheat. I expect her to mess up. I expect her to lie. I expect this friendship to go sour. You're speaking all of that negativity, and that is what you are attracting to yourself. You're being passive aggressive when you say, I expect the worst, but I'm hoping for the best. Like, where does the best even fit in at? And even, let's say, I say, when you expect the worst, 8.5 times out of 10, it will happen. Now, suppose that 1.5 percent does happen, that, the hope did come into fruition. What you hoped for actually happened. Guess what? You missed the whole experience. You didn't get to experience the journey. You're experiencing the latter part. And it's like, okay, so it took, let's say, 5 dates for us to establish that you are who, or the guy is who you wanted him to be. You didn't enjoy the first 5 dates, and you can't get that back. You cheated yourself. A standard. Why not lower your standards? I have a friend of mine that told me, Tamika, you have standards. And the truth is, I didn't even know it. But the more I speak to people, they tell me. But I honestly do not did not stop and sit and write a list of standards. I did not write a list of expectations. I have expectations, but as far as standards, literally they were developed within me. And other people saw them, and other people know that I have standards. But I honestly did not know, hey, I have a standard of this, and people had to meet my standard. I didn't know that. I didn't think I carried myself like that. But for a friend guy, a guy, a male, because women, we tell you a lot of stuff and sometimes it's out of emotions. But for a man has sat down and they have literally thought about what they're about to say to you. At least some of them do. Some of them do. So he said to me, you have a standard and people have to live up to that standard. Well, they have two choices. These are his words. They have two choices. They either live up to the standard or they find somebody else's standards to live up to. They can either live up to those standards and be in your life or don't live up to those standards. And at first it took me aback because I'm like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? He said that's good because it helped me become more of who I am. And with him, I'm not even going to go into that situation, but it made him a better person and it prepared him for the next phase of his journey. That's all I can say. My standards that he chose to come up to, elevate to, made him a better person, and it prepared him for the next phase of his journey, which I have had the pleasure to watch unfold and to know that God has allowed me to play, I want to say, a small role. He says it's intricate, but I mean a small role is humbling because his life has really unfolded and it's beautiful. So don't lower your expectations or your standards. It not only benefits you, but it also benefits others along their journey. It has been my pleasure to serve you today. So don't forget to subscribe. Press that bell on the side. You will receive the notifications of my uploads automatically. Comment, say something. Tell me what you're thinking. What are your thoughts? Did this affect you? Do you agree? Do you have something to add to this? Because there may be something or a point that I just don't know. God has not given it to me. It has not crossed my mind. I don't know it. So therefore, that's why we have a community of us, so that you can share your thoughts as well. What I don't say, someone else may say, someone else may want to say, and they're afraid to say it. So you be the one to say it. And let's talk. I am looking forward to serving you again. Ciao.